Good morning, my dear students. Today I want to continue the lesson Refraction of Light at Plane Surfaces from the 10th class Physical Science. Today our topic is the relative refractive index of a transparent medium. In the earlier class I told you the refractive index or absolute refractive index. It means the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to speed of light in a medium. But now the concept is the relative refractive index. In the earlier class we learned that n is equals to c by v. But now the concept is relative refractive index of a medium with respect to another medium. So the definition for the relative refractive index of a medium is relative refractive index of a second medium with respect to first medium can be defined as the ratio of speed of light in first medium to the speed of light in second medium. That means the relative refractive index of the second medium with respect to first medium. That means n2 by n1 can be defined as that is equals to speed of light in first medium to speed of light in second medium. This is the definition for relative refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. It is also can be written as n2 by n1 is also can be represented as n21. n21 means relative refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equals to n2 by n1, that is equals to v1 by v2. And it is also can be written as speed of light can be written as the product of the v can be written as v equals to the product of frequency and wavelength. Based on this equation, based on this formula, speed of light can be written as the product of frequency of the light and wavelength of the light. Based on this equation, v1 can be written as nu lambda 1, v2 can be written as nu lambda 2, where nu is the frequency. Since the frequency does not change from medium to medium, that's why nu value gets cancelled. That's why we can write v1 by v2 as lambda 1 by lambda 2. Why? Because based on this equation I can write v1 value as nu lambda 1, v2 value as nu lambda 2. v1 by v2 means v gets cancelled, that's why lambda 1 by lambda 2. This also you can write this equation also. Similarly, you can write the relative refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium as n1 by n2 is equals to v2 by v1, or n12 equals to n1 by n2 equals to v2 by v1, or n12 is equals to n1 by n2 is equals to v2 by v1 is equals to lambda 2 by lambda 1. n12 is nothing but relative refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. n21 is nothing but relative refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. The next concept is a lab activity. The aim of this lab activity is to obtain the relationship between angle of incidence I and angle of refraction R. That is the aim of the lab activity. What is the relationship between I and R? When a light ray propagated from, especially here in this lab activity, when a light ray propagated from rarer medium to denser medium, what is the relationship between I and R? It is the aim of the lab activity to obtain the relationship between I and R. The materials required for this lab activity is scale, pencil, pro circle, semicircular glass disc of thickness nearly 2 cm, and laser light. These are the materials required to do this lab activity. Next, the procedure of the lab activity. Take a wooden plank and fix a white drawing shot on the wooden plank and draw two lines on the chart. Parallel line indicated by mm and vertical line indicated by NN line. Take a drawing shot which is placed on the wooden plank From the middle of the drawing chart, draw a line mm and perpendicular line NN. Place a protractor on the NN line to the right hand side and label the angles on the protractor as shown in the figure. Similarly, place the protractor to the left side of the line NN and mark the angles as shown in the figure. This figure is nothing but pro-circle. We call it as pro-circle. Now next step we have to do here is take a laser light and point the laser light on the NN line. Before that, we have to place the semi-circular glass disc of thickness 2 cm on the mm line as shown in the figure in such a way that the diameter of the semicircular glass disc coincides with the line mm. This is the semicircular glass disc which is placed on the line mm in such a way that the diameter of the semicircular glass disc is coinciding with the mm line at the point O. Intersecting point of center of the semicircular glass disc and center of this chart coincide at O. Now place the laser light along the NN light. Then we will observe that the laser light passes through the NN light in the air and come out along the same line NN. No deviation takes place. That means the laser light is passing without any deviation from air to glass. Here we are observing two medias. One is air below the mm line, another one is glass about the mm line. Glass is the denser medium. What we call the semicircular glass disc is the denser medium, acts as a denser medium. And before that, the below to the line mm, the air is the rarer medium. Now we are passing laser light from rarer medium air to the denser medium glass layer. When the light ray is sent through the line NN without any deviation, it comes through the line NN. Now do this activity with certain angle. That means pass the laser light with certain angle, say 10 degrees from the air. Point the laser light like so in such a way that the light is passing with an angle 10 degrees with the normal light. With the 10 degrees you are passing the light from air to the denser medium glass. Then look for the refraction angle. What is the angle of refracted ray which comes out through the glass slab? The angle made by the ray which come out of the glass slab is a angle of refraction. For every angle of incidence, look for the measure the angle of refraction value and note down the values in the tabular form. I is the angle of incidence. Suppose you are doing this activity with an angle of incidence 10 degrees, right here 10 degrees. And look for the angle of refraction. The light come out of the glass slab, that is out of the denser medium glass with an angle, with certain angle. Note down the angle as angle of refraction. Repeat this activity for 10 degrees or 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees like so similarly. And note down the corresponding angle of refraction values with which the light ray come out of the denser medium glass. And note down those values corresponding to the angle of incident value and the angle of refraction values in the tabular form. We will notice that the angle of refraction becomes less than the angle of incidence. For example, you send the laser light with an angle of 10 degrees. The angle of refraction, the refracted ray come out of the glass layer below the 10 degrees, like 9 degree or something like 9 or 8. So you may notice for all the angle of incidences, you will observe the angle of refraction becomes less than the angle of incidence. For example, if you incident the light with 10 degrees, here the angle of refraction becomes less, 8 degrees. Suppose with 20 degrees, it may comes less than 18 degrees. With 45 degrees, it may come out with 30 degrees. With 60 degrees UV incident, it may come out with the angle of 45. You may notice that for every angle of incidences, you may notice that angle of refraction becomes less when a light ray propagated from rarer medium to denser medium. When a light ray propagated from a rarer medium to denser medium, we will observe that R becoming less than I. That is one thing you will observe. One more thing, if you calculate the sine functions for the corresponding anguli and angular sin I and sin R values, after that, by taking the ratio of sin I by sin R, you will get a constant value for all atoms. For all the incident angle and corresponding refraction angles, you will notice that sin I by sin R value, you get a constant value. Sin I by sin R becomes a constant. Here the constant value gives the refractive index value of glass slab. The n of the glass slab. The denser medium refractive index n is obtained by calculating the sin I by sin R. Sin I by sin R, in all the cases you will get a constant value. The constant value gives you the refractive index value of the denser medium, that is glass slab. So based on this lab activity, we may conclude that when a light ray propagated from a rarer medium to the denser medium, then the angle of refraction becomes less than the angle of incidence. One more thing, by calculating the ratio of sin I and sin R, we get a constant value which gives the refractive index value of the denser medium glass. So to obtain the relationship between the angle of incidence and the angle of refraction. In the next class we see when a light ray propagated from denser to rarer, what is the relation we will get between the I and R, we see in the next class. Thank you.